the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Black Knights taking on the Washington football team.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field.
And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll run for the first time to James Conner. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. That's complete to his running back, Conner. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Washington.
Back to throw here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 90 yards.
And the competition gets a little bit tougher here because he's got to go against the #1 ranked defense in the NFL against the pass, the latest incarnation of the no-fly zone.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Conner. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson.
The pass.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And it's 3-0 Washington.
Washington 3.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And what a performance. he is coming off of. I know that this is a different era of football where we're throwing it around a heck of a lot more, but still, over 500 yards passing.
500.
That's phenomenal, incredible. Let's see if he can take last week's game and carry it forward and have another similar performance.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
40-yard line.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts him right out there for the nice pickup.
And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that.
It's a gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right to stop them for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Intentional grounding, offense.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for the touchdown. DK Metcalf, touchdown number 18 on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25-yard
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. first down. He'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the football back for a touchdown. And he has great speed defensive. Back speed, once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
It will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over again.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
21 yards.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Complete to James Conner.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
To number 8.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Washington.
They'll run here with Connor. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Connor on the
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Zach Moss, the ball
Well, on
carrier.
every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis.
It's a foot race. Past the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3.
The kick is good.
A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now an option play on second down.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
James Conner,
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well. It free from his grasp.
And taken down at the 21. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Eddie Pinheiro on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15.
Black Knights 21.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
At the 26-yard
Throwing again on second down. Jackson being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Jackson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Hey. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught. And he'll be out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, as the first half is winding down. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going for Metcalf on the deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 21st
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
2 yards.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
London about set to take over on offense.
They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
That's good.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
It's caught at the 10. And he's into the end zone for a receiving touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Second and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Open down the middle of the field. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back to throw again. And off the deflection, it's caught. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play.
Complete to James.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that
ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Wishnowsky set to
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
10 at their own.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go?
Just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Throw here, hauled in, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. A nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. They'll get that one complete to Conner. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe try to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jalen Thompson picks it. 30, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here's Harris to return it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Washington ready to try again on offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
London about set to take over on offense.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And with the side, he's got it complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, are you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fielded in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 25.
And the Washington offense heading out.
And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
T.J. Hawkins.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. And hang on, we got an injury. And that's DK Metcalf. The wide receiver yet to get back to his feet. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He'll go near midfield at the 49. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Pass hauled in downfield. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A gain of 32 that time.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flushed out right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Mitch Wishnowsky sets the kickoff.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
So it's Washington with a football.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The 2nd down throw on target. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
London about set to take over on offense.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
First and 10 at the 20.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
6.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
At their own 20.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He'll buy some time right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
Washington 6.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. taken in the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. With zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of